Paul, yes. Um, Earlier today, I told you about the expungement and the dismissal of the case on Guam. Yes. And this confidential report in a sealed envelope, yeah. Was that something that had something to do with what happened on Guam and the arrest that took place? And then these declarations of Heidi L. Budnick. Pooh. And then the order for protection where I was not given any notice or opportunity to be heard, where you didn't protect the rights of my biological sons. You didn't protect the rights of my future biological children. Yes. And you didn't protect the rights of my possible adopted children. Yes. Now, I mentioned quite possibly being the adoptive father of 1,000 genetic children because of the use of my genetics. Yes. Each and every one of them can sue this state, the United States. Now, what fucking dick doesn't understand what I'm talking about? This is not a game, Sheriff. Um, I've documented at least $1 trillion in lawsuits. See, no right to due process in 2011, giving custody of my sons to my wife after she had me arrested on Guam, when I had done 7 hours of parenting classes, and then having me arrested after she filed for dissolution of marriage, where Healthy Families of Clallam County made up some bullshit story. Now, not only am I a very rich person, yes, uh, my biological children, my genetic children, my future children, yes, and my adoptive children are very, very wealthy. Now, your obstructions of justice is not going to stop any lawsuit. Do you understand? I didn't get a phone call. What seems to be the problem, Sheriff? Did somebody convince you that it was legal to not protect the due process rights of American citizens? Now, well, there is no possible way that you won't be sued for the rest of your lives. If it's not me, and if I were to die at this very moment, oh, my sons can sue you. My genetic children can sue you. Oh, and everything that you've done for the last 7 years, they can sue you for it. Now, when you say that you did actually dismiss and expunge my record, yes. And you said, well, we could actually issue another protection order while I was on trial for the allegation. And then when I was found not guilty, you didn't have an obligation to remove the protection order. Is that what you've said? Have you lied to yourself all the fucking day? Now, it's going to get much more expensive when you don't protect the rights of my adoptive children. Yes, my genetic children. Right. You don't protect my rights to father Maryland's 6 children. Yes. You don't protect my right to adopt Marilyn Poach. Because my thought was, well, if I were to die, she would have complete control of my estate. Now, there's one thing to obstruct. There's another thing to really anger somebody. You might be able to kill me, but you won't kill my family. Were you planning on doing something very illegal? The use of a picture of my sister to cause me anger as a practical joke, Sheriff? Yes. Exploits the adopted daughter that Mike adopted? Yes. That happens to have full estate rights. And that could really anger some of my adoptive children so as to make them think that it would be better if every sheriff of the United States were in prison. Are you tired of me telling you what the law says? Are you? You don't want to enforce the law because you don't want me to sue you. Oh, I told you that you can't use forgeries to issue court orders. I told you that it had to be the actual signature of the biological children of the minors named. Yes. You decided that you could fuck over anybody to protect yourselves. I just wanted you to understand that there is what's known as voting in the state of Washington. The voter must sign the declaration and return the ballot either by mail or at a ballot deposit site. Yes. If it requires a signature to vote, it sure the fuck requires a signature to issue a court order. You didn't want to remove your fraud. You can't give a voter a chance to vote and then vote for them when they decided they didn't want to vote. Now I'm going to sue you for violating a voter election laws.